Hi there, Yogi, Virendra Yogi, with a mission and purpose to enlighten myself and share that enlightenment, wisdom to my beloved friends. Suddenly a fine idea flashed in my mind. Who are the blessed one? Who are the happiest people on this globe? And I tell you, with my experience in life, happiest is the person who has taken full possession of his mind. He has controlled it and directed towards attainment all noble greats on this earth. Like he is self-confident, he is self-believing, he is self-reliant, he has contentment, he has love, kindness and compassion in his heart for everyone. He is free from fret, worries and anxieties. He is no longer greedy. He has developed honesty, integrity and humility, and he has dedicated himself to the service of mankind. That person, man or woman, is the blessed one. That person will be the happiest one. As Buddha was, Viveka was, Narendra Modi is there, and so many great people are there like that. Means they know their power of mind is everything else, so they have taken full possession of that. Now, the happiest employee or a follower or a subordinate is that who is blessed with such a great person, who is really a great leader, who always motivates, who always inspires, who always encourages, who has always a vision, a mission and purpose, and he is committed, dedicated, willingly persevering, persisting with a burning desire to see that the company is growing, the family is growing, the nation is growing without any selfish motive. His only goal is to see that the organization, the family, the society and system is growing even at the cost of his blood, toil, tears and sweat. So that subordinate who works under such a leader, he is the blessed one, he is the happiest one. Now who is the blessed wife? The wife is the blessed one and the happiest one, who got a wise and very intelligent husband, physically very strong, romantically very flavorous, and wealth-wise enough to support the wife, and loyalty being the priority. The man is committed, dedicated, loving his wife to the limit, and same is the case with a husband. He is the happiest husband who got a caring wife, a very beautiful wife. But beauty here is skin deep and not just the facial. Sometimes the face is misleading. So the character of the women, the love, the passion, the compassion, the caring, the sharing, everything, whatever she has been blessed by God, she has dedicated, devoted to her husband. Now who is the happiest child? The child is the happiest, whose parents are not self-centered. Their mission and purpose is to make the child the best citizen of the world, caring, giving everything possible to see that child is growing physically strong, mentally very powerful, with noble thoughts and ideas. Such children are numerous in history. Abraham Lincoln was one, Shivaji was one, Maharana Pratap was one. They were all taught by their mothers. Mahatma Gandhi was one, and I and you and everyone must be having a great woman who really inspired, encouraged and filled the mind with noble thoughts. One small story is about Abraham Lincoln. When Lincoln was struggling and he was working in a shopping center, one day a person came, he gave some more money, and when Lincoln has completed his job, he had noted the address of that person and reached his house 20 kilometers walking. Honesty is that. So if parents are so wise, if they put the seed of such great character, honesty, integrity and humility, the child is definitely going to be Lincoln, one of the greatest human beings born and graced the earth. So that child is the blessed one. Now the child, when he becomes a student, he is the blessed one when he has learned everything well from his great father, learned father. And then he is having great gurus like Swami Vivekananda, a man of character, a man of wisdom, a man of health, wealth, peace and prosperity. And the child will be induced like the strong magnet induces magnetism in magnetic materials. So that student is bound to be a great. He can be Narendra Modi, he can be Atal Bihari Vajpayee, he can be Dr. Rajendra Prasad, he can be Sarpalli Radhakrishnan, he can be a lot of great people who has been born in different parts of the world. Teachers have a great role. Teachers are transformers. Teachers should be responsible. They should build themselves, then they should transform their students. So that student will be very lucky. Now, who is a great teacher, who is the happiest and blessed teacher, who has student like me and who has a student like you? The student is desiring, dreaming, persevering, persisting to inculcate great characters. He is made to think great because he has to become master of his fate and captain of his soul by virtue of the thought he chooses and encourages. He has to stimulate his intelligence and he has to perceive the idea that they themselves are maker of themselves by virtue of the thought they choose and encourage. They have to also learn that their mind is the master power that molds and makes. And man is mind. And even more, he takes the tools of thought and shaping what he wills, bring forth 1,000 joys and 1,000 ills. The students has also to learn that thought in the mind has made us. What we are by thought was wrought and built. If a man's mind has evil thought, pain comes to him as comes the wheel behind the ox. If a man dwells in purity of thought, joy follows him, just his own shadow. So that student will be great. But the stimulation has to come from the great gurus. The guru has to bless the child. He has to shed all blood, toil, tears and sweat. And selflessly, with a passion to build a great nation, he has to build the students. Chanakya was one such great teacher. He really transformed Chandragupta Maurya in a man of mighty emperor. So teachers, be careful. You have a huge responsibility. Leaders, be careful. You have a huge responsibility. The success, the growth, and the benefits and prosperity of an organization depends on your leadership. The leaders have to be visionary leader, selfless leader. He is always giving all the credit to his subordinates and he is taking full responsibility for all failures, and he is humble, he is polite, he is gentle, and he is very worthy and capable himself. He is very strong-minded. He always does what is right. And they are passionate people, the leaders and everyone, what I told you, the blessed one, they have to be passionate. They have to have a passion for becoming great, for becoming quality conscious, for becoming quality oriented, because they have to be fit for the system, for the society, and for the endeavor and calling in which they are engaged in. I am fortunate. I got few teachers in my life. My teacher first was Mr. Ram. And Mr. Ram gave all the beautiful noble seeds of thoughts. And that has grown into blossoming and fruit-bearing plants. All the great people, I respect you. If you are unfortunate I could not get such great teachers, become yourself. Become yourself. Then you will be Newton and Einstein. They were not taught gravitation by somebody else. They were not taught theory of relativity or the photogalactic effect. They were not taught all this. May God bless you, and I wish you should be the blessed one. You should be the fortunate one to really bring glory and greatness to the earth. And after your departure, when you pass away, the world should remember you. The world should worship you. And they should say, lives of great men all remind us we can make our life sublime and departing leave behind us footprints on the same time. Footprints on the sense of time. So other people will follow your footprints. Victory to you, but victory belongs to only the persevering, persisting, dreaming, aspiring, desiring, committing, willing, and never say die, never say quit. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. This is from Rig Veda, which Vivekananda made his own motto, and everywhere he inspired the mighty Indians and all over the world through Ramakrishna mission. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. Strive, seek and find the different ways and means to glorify your life, make yourself immortal in your deeds, in your achievements, in your glorious contribution to the world, and the world will never forget you. Then yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you will be immortal, my friends. Yogi Virendra, with highest love and regards for such person who is having noble thought, noble action, right, always right, doing right things. Thank you very much. God bless.